Hello YouTube, hello Twitch. Thanks for coming on by and checking out my VODs. The game we're playing today is Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. And yeah, we're playing, what was it, Gray Earl II. And so I don't know what that is. I am Zera Nephi, or you can call me Zera or simply Z. And yeah, we're currently dealing with a cold. Our character is, anyways. And last thing we did was yell, "Do a food run." Also, left click a mouse button a couple times. That was just a moment ago. So I'm going to do exactly that. I'm gonna run out there, and I'm gonna do a food run. I learned something while I was offline. I mean, it's been a week, so I bound to learn something, right? I can fit in these vehicles without much issue if I remove a tile of roof nearby me. So I'm kind of like hanging out the roof of the vehicle as I'm driving. At least that's what I like to imagine. Or I'm hanging my feet out or something. So I probably need light for this. Yeah. Let's get the flashlight out. Hopefully we have enough charge to do this. We'll remove the roof off this tile right here. There we go. And now we can drive this thing with little issue. Now, what we're going to need is we're going to need some diesel fuel for this thing. God, I'm going to have to drive past that stupid roadblock again. Well, we know we can do it. Why is it still glowing? Oh, daytime. That'll do it. Vehicle starts up. Exactly what I wanted to do. Collide into the other vehicle. Safe mode is on. We're just doing a food run right now. Oh, look at that. Wind is making us feel cold. I guess that makes sense considering we are driving right now. Now what you don't want to be doing is running over the brush like I am. Oh, I just noticed something. Okay. Oh. We'll stop driving, and there's a scourge zombie nearby. I don't think it sees me. Yeah. So there's nothing to worry about there. Now, one of the things we could do is look around for a different vehicle, like a diesel vehicle, and we can try to funnel some diesel from it. Because that thing's not too bad. It was recharging on its battery too, so that's a nice thing. Alright. Something to consider. We're still not running around with any antibiotics, so that's an issue. I'm pretty sure we took care of this place. Actually, we should go for the top two houses since we're doing a food run. Yeah, if I throw a fireball, so I'm considering throwing a fireball at that house. Odds of me doing it though is pretty low. Oh, never mind. Well, that failed. All right. So we'll deal with the tried and true. We're still wearing the earplugs. Are they all weakened? Looks like it. Oh, wait, right. We're trying to butcher these things, aren't we? I don't know if we're getting anything for butchering from that. There's a cat. Yeah. An outdoor kitty going on there. Alright. I didn't mean to walk towards that, but I guess we just did that anyways. Take the long string, since that'll be useful for a variety of tools. Peace. Yeah, we're not interested in beer. Damn, still no antiseptics. No joke. Think we can have pudding? Yep. Well, we found a food. Sorts. More long string? Grabbing all that. And duct tape. Duct tape's useful for a lot of stuff. Turn on the flashlight, peek downstairs. Fortunately, it's one of those. I don't think we're going to be running into any fire zombies quite yet. But when we do, we can cry about it when they come by. Alright. Antipsychotic. Could be useful. You know what? I'll grab those. Oh, we do have a music player? No, we do not. Okay. We'll work on making another lockpick in a bit. We are getting up there. We're at what, 47? Not bad. And antiseptic. Thank goodness, now I can fight without worrying about as much. And multivitamins will definitely help us in the short term. What is you? Oh, what is you? Time chowder? I think we can... Yeah, we didn't mutate yet. Usually it's like one or two things. I'll take the ketchup. Oh, fruit jam. Is that a whole jar of it? Or is it just two things? Oh, okay. It's just two. A little dab of it. Take the long strings. They used to not have giant piles of stuff in the kitchen, but I get why many kitchens have them. Alright. Since we forgot to turn off our flashlight, let's poke our head downstairs. Can't see anything. And it's a duplicate of the other one. Huh. Is this how they spawn now? Alright. We'll drop this food off on the truck. Okay. Actually, what is in there? Oh, machine gun, flashbang, and a suppressor. You know, those seem like sellables. Alright. That sounds good. No. I guess that's what we're doing for now. Oh, we can carry a lot. Okay. We just have to be careful of ripping our stuff. Brought hiking backpack's taking some damage. We're gonna have to learn to sew this stuff soon. That'll do it. I'm guessing... Oh man, we are really feeling guilty. Probably should have lit the kid on fire instead of smacking with a stick. Hey, Nuka Citrus. Hello, how's it going? I'm gonna try to throw a fireball at this zombie over here. Odds are pretty low that we're gonna succeed. Yeah. Just keep trying. There we go. Is it on fire? No. Gained a level though. That is worth it. We're currently on a food run. Ooh. Ammo sells pretty good. Alright. What else did we get? Actually, do these things sell? Probably not for the weight. We'll take the batteries though. How are you doing today, Nuke? Good. The game approves of my goth chick character. Oh, nice. Then walk around in my trench coat, M4 strapped to her back, and a baseball bat in hand. And a cigarette in the other. Good, good. Found a necromancer crypt with a summoning book in it. She's now summoning the dead. Oh, that's fun when it gets to that point. Like when things start coming together, I just noticed the Skedalar zombie. Ooh boy. Okay, so I can hurt it. But it can knock me around, so maybe I should back away from this mother trucker. Run a moment. It's gonna follow my scent trail. But I'm gonna fall back here and drop my bags. Okay. I like it when a character, like, it comes together really well. Alright, let's try another fire. Well, no. Let's not do... Oh, it's too late now. We can't really hurt it. Or, cast a heal spell, I should say. Oh. There we go. Blasted that beast. Wield that baton again. Oh, we are really low on morale. Slams my right arm for a tiny bit of damage. No, what I'm trying to do is just kite the thing. Like, smack it every once in a while and fall back. As you can see, I got a free round from that. What I probably should be doing is just going ham on it. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. She's also found a sinister cloak, quote-unquote, in the garbage dump she spawned next to. Sinister-looking hooded cloak meant to be thrown over your body. The black side is currently facing outwards. Use it to reverse it. Oh, that's cool. I hope that it actually says it's fancy too. I like it when the items are like, oh, by the way, it's also fancy, and if your character's stylish, it's like, that's a good morale boost. Every little bit counts. What's going on? Oh, brainless. Right. To get a brainless zombie to your location, smack the ground a little bit. It goes by sound. Yeah, it's fancy? Oh, that's cool. Let me go get my bags. Oh, did I level up? close-ish. Don't forget to loot most of the zombies. They do carry food. Not all the time, but often enough. Alright, so what I should do is go back upstairs and make some lockpicks again. Been trying to learn that a little bit more. So what was it made of? Fences or something? No. Maybe not this side. Only 2 encumbrance too. Oh, that's nice. Maybe you can sew it up. Well, sewing it up with Kevlar will increase its encumbrance, but it might increase its durability too. Okay, what am I thinking about? Lockpick. Okay, so it's scrap metal that I'm looking for this stuff. I guess I could make a couple of these. Actually, no, let's not do that. I want scrap metal to make this work right. Are these shelvings metal? Yes. Okay. Okay. Now I know we're sick, but it doesn't mean we can't do anything. Make a few lockpicks again, and while we're at it, we're recovering some mana. Okay. Very hungry since we are normal weight. Yeah, that'll help for a bit. We're dead tired, so... Hey, grab it all. There we go. We'll take the lockpicks. We'll pop off in this chair and we'll fall asleep. We're dead tired. It's not great to fight while we're dead tired. Also, we're still... Oh, mostly just craving fire. You like an animal? Alright, fair enough. So... hopefully the sun doesn't hit us while we're trying to sleep. Didn't think about that. And we're gonna wake up because we're gonna be coughing. Hey, Kay. Or Kai. Kay. You know what? Stop trying to go to sleep. Oh, it's one of these things. Oh, that's annoying. Chair follows me. You know what? Bathroom. Alright. Just remembering how the game works. Oh boy. I do this to myself every time. Yeah, that reminds me. I need to work on the emotes. Supposed to get some free emotes going. It's been like that for a little while. And I forgot to get my multivitamin. Go. All the things you gotta remember. Doesn't say a number for that. Okay, well, we went to sleep, woke up, we're no less tired. Anyways, time to cop downstairs. Let's pop the multivitamin. Those do help. What else? Food. Food's usually a good idea, especially when you're starving. Actually, did I thought I left my bags elsewhere. Alright, let's... And our food run pretty much netted to 0, but that's on us. we didn't have to start crafting a set of lockpicks. How's everyone today? Good, I hope? I'm doing alright. It's one of those, you know, days that you're just like, I don't know, tired. But that's, that happens quite often. I'll start waking up in a bit. Alright. I think we don't want anything to do with this place. Yet. How's our computers? Do-do-do. That's not quite good enough. Never mind. What I should do is drop the disposable batteries that are low. So I'll do that right now. I'm gonna have to turn off the ASMR tag on my videos. This music's not very ASMR. Oh, that one noticed me. Alright, this is a good time to pop out a fireball since it's a slow boy or girl. Who knows? Hey, it also lights objects on fire. Oh, a cell phone that's fully charged. That's nice. Huh. Doing good. Office decided to put me in a truck driving for a single demolition crew, emptying their container when it's full, basically getting paid to sit on my ass, watching Peaky Blinders. Nice. Can't complain at that, no kidding. Now, some days it does get a little old for me, doing bad jobs like that. When I was doing carpet installing, there was some days that I was basically just doing nothing. Oh, I'm bleeding. Alright. Oh, this is a fully... yeah, that's a fairly healthy zombie there. How's my bleeding? Minor bleeding, cold in the mouth. Let's use a bandage. A little adhesive. Oh, really? Okay, it's done. Boring is good though. No nasty surprises. Yeah. Although if you're in a boring situation, then you get nasty surprise, then it's like you're very much your pants is down. All right. Let's wait for that zombie. All right. Let's take this thing off. There it is. Alright, can I use the cell phone for music? No. It's not a good cell phone. That means I'm just going to use it for its battery. Alright. Here's my lockpicks. Oh, right, I can do this. Alright, so this thing's behind the door. I'm just going to crash the wall down. Excuse me. What? That's a Losaurus zombie. A shambling two-legged dinosaur corpse with strong arms and a toothy beak. His eyes ooze black, putrid tears. Beautiful. Alright. Am I wielding a weapon? No. So I just punched the other zombie. Is it faster than I am? It is faster than I am. Alright. But now. It is slower than I am. Okay. We took a moment. We pulled back. We're going to grab our weapon. It's stunned. Okay, so I should just bash at it. Actually, I don't know how tough this thing is. Not that tough, apparently. It hit me, or tried to hit me a couple times. It was just a big Z. Alright. Dismembering the corpse take a full minute. God damn. Just crush it in this case. There's a child zombie just waiting nearby just to depress me. Alright. I'll take the long string. Now, something I could be doing around here is taking the rest of them. So, I'll do that right now. Take the long strings, nails. I'm going to be needing these for different things. For anyone that's missed what I did just a little while ago, I learned that I can tear off a chunk of roof off my vehicle and still drive around just fine, despite being way bigger than the vehicle. I guess I could just hang myself out of the vehicle or something. Ooh, alcohol wipes. Nice. Those are apparently a way to disinfect a wound, so that's good. Everything's going to be too small. Survival knife. Okay. Oh, okay, minus to hit. I'm not exactly a god of combat yet. Actually, is it ninjutsu? Alright, I'll just say no for now. That scarf. I can actually wear that. Its warmth is 5. You know, sure. How much encumbrance? 4? Ouch, but we're suffering from a bit of a cold. Might as well, you know, minimize that as much as we can. Alright, our character is not stylish. That is a mod I should consider trying to work on. Is a mod that allows anyone to have like a stylish modifier on almost any random clothes, but it's like minor for anyone that's not a stylish character. Like it's not the focus of the character. It's just like some people have a pair of shoes they really like, or shirt, or something like that. Let's get that battery. Sounds good. Yeah. I have no idea how to do it, but I can probably go online and learn a little bit about that. Ew. I've never seen a rotten protein shake. Just imagine it being like clumpy. That was actually a pretty good haul there. Do we have a battery charger? I don't know. Okay. Cast iron pot. I'll take it. It's almost a principal thing at this point. Ooh, so solder. Alright. Oops. Well, we do need the nails. Actually. Huh. We're gonna need the planks too. Oh, we can't. Okay. So we can't make that. I was thinking about trying to make a foldable something or another, but let's grab the nails for now. Mustard. Alright, is ketchup more depressing than mustard? Yeah, it's about the same. Alright. We got a hedge maze, a cemetery, a jeweler. We got some scientists to look at. Let's look at our food right now. Oh god. Just mostly condiments. I mean, it's not like we weren't doing that before. No. Yep, guilty. We'll eventually stop feeling guilty. Alright. Ooh. Bionic Maintenance Toolkit. A set of very small tools and encrypted digital keys normally used to repair bionic modules in clinical settings. It will allow you to disassemble simple bionics, but anything more complex will require even more specialized tools. What does it do? Okay, level 1 bionic assembly quality. Interesting. It would say if there's something in here. Yeah. On this one, oh, that's exactly why we want that. So we unload that wallet. Now, of course, I think we picked up the wallet too, didn't we? Huh. We don't need to be carrying these skinny plastic bottles, but I guess we crush them down in our pocket. We can carry around stuff. Hey Zealous, how's it going? Separation funnel? Oh, this is something we need, isn't it? I don't know. And a science card. Perfect. Well, we'll take the separation funnel. Probably break on the ground, to be honest. Now we have another visitor's pass and a 2 science keys. So the one we used a while ago on the labs we came from was not necessarily a waste. It's a good thing. I know we have lockpicks, but I would rather not get the attention of everybody. Coffee powder, we can use that for now. We eat the biscuits. They're old. Well, instead of being depressing about it, we'll eat the biscuits from here. Where is the tough zombie anyways? I keep seeing it. Oh, it's right in the same house. Okay. All good, thanks, bud. Yourself? I'm doing alright. Drop these bags. Alright. I'm having a moment of like trying to remember how everything works, you know? Yeah. Take that, tough zombie. Hey, multivitamins, nice. Alright, so put these back on. I pick up the stuff I want. Do I have a multi-tool? Yes. Always make sure I do. Okay. I do appreciate the random items that are around. You know what? I feel like, you know, Earl Grey is, or Gray Earl is definitely a bow tie person. Oh, bar gas, no big deal. Just close that window. So much for that. Yep. Took some damage. How's that bar gas doing? not as good as me. Oh, I can't go through windows. Oh. That awkward moment, I try to squeeze through that window. Like, gotta go, gotta go! that did not work. Alright, what's going on here? Sleeping pills? You know, I do fine without them. For those of you who are having have a character like mine where you're insomniac and a hard time sleeper, sleeping pills might work, but they are addictive. So watch out for that. How's our pain? Alright, so it is climbing up, so we need to deal with that. Well, that music's doing a thing. Alright. While we're waiting for the aspirin to do its thing, we're going to read these new books and copy them. Aspirin done? No. I like to wait for the painkillers to be done, over with and gone. So, yeah, it's still being applied. Now it's gone, so we'll just pop another aspirin, and that'll be that. Not nighttime, so that is something to consider. We can now drop the books, though. Well, Nuka told me her story, or their story, I'm not sure if it's her, sorry. Their story of, you know, their character doing pretty well. Anyone else have an interesting character going on right now? Food. Alright. Actual food. And now this was a good find. I don't know. Don't want to deal with cooking anything right now. Is? Fair enough. Okay. Oh, just one? Okay. I can make this work. Wait, they're hostile towards each other. Interesting. Okay, so... Oh, I have no dodge right now. Okay. So, I'm going to leave this creature here. So... Oh. I don't know what that note is. Yeah, I'll leave it alone. I'll just try to remember there's a boomer here. Haven't played for a little bit. The ship started to burn me out a little. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I think that might be my next character. If this one passes away anytime soon. Who knows, this one might be an epic. Or I'll die to the common cold. I have a feeling I'm not going to die to the common cold this time, though. You're too stuffed up to fight effectively. Interesting. Let's look at this flyer while we're fighting zombies. This is an advertisement for a death metal band, Roxanne and the Soul Crushing Inuai, known for mixing their ear-blasting riffs with chipper interludes of classic 50s doo-wop. The art depicts a zombified version of Betty Crocker-esque housewife slamming on a spike-encrusted electric guitar. I think I've read this one before. Still sounds cool, though. I'll grab that hacksaw. I think try to take my most precious possession. There's a Nuke. There's a scenario where you can fight on a like a battle cruiser and a battleship or something like that, and it's a pretty tough scenario. I actually had to do some concessions with my character when I tried to make one that was typical, you know, living disabled, and it wasn't working on that thing. It was pretty bad. How's my stamina? Okay, we're doing alright. Our pain is pretty low. While that door is just chilling there, let's, you have painkillers? Yeah, still going. Okay. There we go. Where's that shocker zombie? It's close-ish. Not really my problem. I'll take the long string. The hanger strip thing, yeah. I only saw like 2 to 3 rooms because I just wanted to know that if I could survive, like, you know, curling up in a ball and being sick, which is that's the life of the character I keep making. But you know, it's all fun, except for the character. What gelatin? Can I eat that? No. Okay. Fair enough. I'll actually grab these things. Yeah, I did say I didn't want to cook, but at this point, might as well. You ever play a character made of sugar? Having a lot of sugar around is a nice thing. You get to make yourself some caramel ointment. The only way to properly recover your health. Without magic, anyways. I think now's a good time we can fall back. It is actually worth looking through these piles every once in a while, because you can find some really nice gadgets. I keep looking for a atomic coffee maker. You just boil your water for free then. It's a pretty good survival tool, despite it being supremely high-tech. And a barghast. Okay. I think I'm gonna fall back. We have enough supplies to make it survive, so you know. Oh, just get rid of that thing. Let's jog for a moment. Our pain will go away on its own. 10 is not too bad, but it's enough to still make you lose turns. And if you lose 1 turn, then that's free damage for the enemy, right? Not good. Not good. The necromancy stuff is potent. My character's just summoning like 10 zombies and lets them pour down the street in front of her. It's great. It will kind of... It'll die down, though. I mean, it remains useful, but when you start finding like hulks and stuff and piles of those, there is a definite like difference there. Can I just carry all this? I guess so. Well, that's silly. Well, I didn't mean to run over that brush, but Kind of lucky this vehicle just started up. Yeah, she needs to get better in summoning cougars and stuff. Yeah, that's the good stuff. They still fall down easy, but once they start dealing damage, it's great. She has a summon zombie, skeleton, and cougar correctly. Or pouncer, or whatever it's called. Yeah, I guess you're right. It is pouncer. Still good. Downside is it does cause damage to your character, but it could be worse. Well, brought the vehicle thinking I was going to need it. Turns out I didn't. We also, next time we drive this thing out, should make sure there's some diesel fuel. What the? Oh, okay, I saw what I did there. Alright, so the cold is making me feel sad. Well, the temperature. Lit a fire. I don't remember doing that. Actually, I don't remember doing that. Hey, oh, shot fireball at somebody. That will do it. Okay. So, we go back to, I guess, reading spells? Doing books? Maybe practice. Yeah, I think it's practice related. Insufficient charges. Can we recharge the laptop? Okay, well, can we use a different one? Yes, we can. Proficiency increased. I think it goes up to 5. So, yeah, we keep going. But we are tired now, so we go back into which room we liked. This one, probably? Yeah. We're just going to carry our giant pile of food. Oh, the fruit jam is about to expire. Well, kind of. Okay, so we technically did not eat like an animal since we're laying in bed eating. Yep. Okay. Found a leather trench coat. Upgrade. Nice. Personally, I like dusters. But I used to have a leather duster. God, that thing was only wearable for like 1 season. If that. So freaking hot. Yeah, duster would be sick. Yep. I think if I had to go back, just get a normal duster. One that wasn't leather. But it was pretty cool though. Took a beating, holy cow. I don't know how much damage I put on that thing over the years. Oh, alright. Very hungry, very thirsty. Is that a rug or a table? Okay, so this is where we're gonna eat. Put a whole pile of bread in our stomach. And we are thirsty. We'll find out if we're still thirsty after the fact. Yeah, look at that. Mild morale boost from eating at a table. We still got a cold. Okay. We're not doing too bad. We're going to keep practicing. Oh, I guess it just goes away if we don't use it. I'm used to carrying around like piles of practice. A little weird, but it's what it is. No, we'll stop right there. How's our computers going? 27%. Alright, so it's going to take us a while. Alright. 4 is not a bad spot. So we'll read the books that are nearby, copy them, so we don't have to carry around. Perfect. And we could drop these books over here. So the next survivor can find it or something. Okay. What do we like to do? I mean, getting our social up would be nice. Might as well. Oh, that is slow. I forgot we're slow reader, right? Just looked over the Dilophosaurus. There we go. Giant pile of food. Destroying it. Alright. Of course, it's 14 portions of probably just bites of bread. Small ones. I decided I'm actually going to learn Fireball. I'm jumping back and forth, I know, but I kind of like the idea of just whipping fireballs at people. And it'd be great if it actually dealt damage. Okay, got a level 1 Fireball, and we're tired again, so we'll pop a medicine. Well, not medicine, multivitamin. And I think we're good there. We don't have enough mana for Fairly Wounds, do we? No, we're just short. Okay. Then we're gonna bandage ourselves. Also love the pocket mechanics. I'm getting used to it right now. Kind of like how... I do like how some of the items go in certain spots. I've gotten used to the volume of backpack. Stuff 5 grenades, cigarettes, and a lighter, 2 mags for a Walter P38, and some medical equipment. Honestly, some of those pockets do get kind of stupid. When I was younger, when I went to the movie theaters one day, I ended up putting a whole 2 rotisserie chickens, 2 rotisserie chickens, in my duster, along with a 2-liter soda. It was not really noticeable either. I mean, anytime's chicken time, right? I remember like popping out the tissues and all that stuff, so we didn't get all nasty, gross from the. It was KFC rotisserie chicken. That was back when it was decent. I don't know what it's like nowadays, honestly, but it was pretty good back then. And well, yeah, we were just going ham on it. How are we doing? Normal weight. Okay, so we're doing okay. So we're trying to... I mean, the next thing is going to be some calorie-dense mayonnaise, so that'll fill us up a little bit. Mmm, delicious. Okay. So... go back to reading about Fireball? Yeah, let's do that. It'll also lower odds of failure. If we get our hands on a high difficulty spell, that'll increase our spellcraft. That'll be nice. Alright, so hopefully this will help with our disposition. Craving fire a little bit, that's fine. We're learning these spells really fast. I wasn't expecting that. You see that, or the time is flying. Too dark to read. Fair. Reload the flashlight. Yeah, how do you spell increase spellcraft? Mine's stuck at 9%. So, what I do is I get good. No. God, that's awful. Oh yeah, I can use my mouse. I'm like pointing at it with my finger. You look at the difficulty of a spell to study. It's mostly about studying a spell. And just learn the most difficult ones, and that's like the level you can research to. So I've been trying to get to difficulty 5. And right now, I've got a 5. Never mind. There it is. I don't know if spellcraft increases by spell casting. It didn't before, but it might now. But if in your case it's not, researching spells is the way to do it. Really difficult spells are the way to raise your spellcraft. And it really... Oh, dead tired. Didn't notice that. Thirsty again, so let's... Actually, we're probably hungry too, so let's drink some of that sports drink. Delicious sports drink. I just took... Shouldn't be allowed near these things. Alright. And then I drink some more because I can't help myself. There we go. Pour it into the glass container. Oh, it's out of water. Okay. Oh, it's all in one. Alright, that'll do. Yeah, oh yeah, I went up to 55% now. Thanks. No problem. Am I wearing the earplugs? I'm not. Oh. Surprised. Usually, popping gets in the way of trying to sleep, so... Oh, I just noticed my intelligence is lowered. That would be a side effect of having a lowered intelligence. Just noticing. So I put the earplugs in so my character doesn't hear himself. Oh, come on. And I'm not going to notice until things are pulling me out of bed. Freaking portal storm. Okay. And weather is clear. Did we just sleep through a portal storm? If the spell's level 5, do I need a level 5 spellcraft? Nah. It's just a harder spell to cast. So basically the higher your spell level, like say for instance Fireball here, you can see right here I'm 50.6% chance of failure of casting this spell. The more levels I get in it, the lower the odds of failure. The higher my spellcraft as well. It would be also better if my stats were not tanked. But that's just what it is. So I'm going to put my baton away. Scarlet wounds, because I should have did that a while ago. Stuff my face with... You know, the character was complaining about not having enough calorie-dense food. How about a stick of butter? He's satisfied. Yeah, I guess for once he's satisfied. Kind of used to playing ladies. Alright. Light's going away, and I learned the level of Fireball, and you'll see it's 42% of failure. So every level not only makes the spell better, but it's lower odds of failure. Something else to consider over on the upper right, I believe your focus affects how well you can cast spells. So spells aren't exactly a fix-all in this game. Not even close. Really, they are nice though. I do like the idea of just whipping fireballs at people. Alright. Close the door, go back to bed. We don't have anything on, do we? No. So, yeah, being sick, it is one of those times that it's not bad to just research and do maintenance stuff. It is a lot of downtime, though. On the other hand, if you have a character that is badly depressed, usually in the beginning of the game, say for instance you are addicted to a few different drugs or whatever, your morale just tanks. Something you're able to do, despite having a low morale, is research spells. So if you have a scroll with you, you can actually use it. So it's pretty good for that. And we still have a cold. Alright, well, that's what it is. We're gonna pop multivitamin. I filled this up for a moment, apparently. Alright, that should do it. We'll find out if we're still thirsty in a moment. It looks like we are. You know what? I'll have a cream soda. We'll do it for a couple hours because the day is going to come out naturally. There we go. We are gaining a lot of experience with these spells. I appreciate that. I turn off my flashlight and I use the daylight to do that for me. You know, I'm gonna drag this table over here. Somehow do a Houdini and not have the books on the table still. Not sleep. Alright. Yeah. We'll have a cranberry juice. That should do it for a bit. We'll stop for now, but we can see that our fireball spell is now 35%. It'll just keep going down, get better, more AoE, more distance. All the good things we want. But we don't need to cast Curly Wounds, but we might as well. It gets our practice up. The downside of spamming spells like that is you'll have low mana when you might need it. So you don't want to run into that situation. Yeah, man. Character still feels like it's starving, huh? There we go. Oh, our cold is gone. Nice. Alright, so we can continue on with our life again. Cranberry... we were running out of normal beverages in this place anyways. We're a glass jar of clean water. Alright. Probably should drop some of the plastic bottles that we got. Yeah, we'll just drop 9 of those things. Okay. Actually don't know what we can make with those things. So, what was it? Component required. Okay. So a little fish trap. That's cool. Actually, that's nice. Because that'll bring up our survival a little bit. Safety glasses. Okay. So, what I did here is... I pressed the question mark or /, and you can see you can search for specific items. Time for me to head to bed. Good luck. Thank you very much, Nuka. You have a good night. So you put down like just like I put down there the different letters. So I wanted to know what I could make with plastic. I put down plastic, said plastic bottle, just in case I spelled it wrong compared to the way it likes it. But yeah, I can make a plastic fish trap. So I'll make one. Oh, it requires more components. I'd rather not. So our man is still tired, so we're gonna... What time of day is it? Nighttime. We're gonna go straight to bed again, actually. Now that we finally got some rest in us, our character is no longer sick. Let's get him some good rest for once. So we'll pop multivitamin, and we'll see that all of our stats are mostly normalized. We don't need to be carrying around our headscarf along with Kukefe's, probably. Yeah, so our head encumbrance is far less. Let's make sure our layering is not too bad. No, we're fine. Yeah. Okay. We're still wearing the earmuffs. Yep, earplugs. So we try to go back to bed, and hopefully we can. This is where the sleeping pills would have been nice. We'll see if we can... They were hard of sleeping, so... No, we kind of need to be dead tired before we fall asleep. Alright, well, I know the way to do that. Just pop on the flashlight. Let's read about fireballs. It's like you know, thinking about sheep before you go to bed. Sheep. Thinking about sheep implies something else. Alright. Yep, fireball, 23%. This is coming together pretty well. Oh, famished. Did not notice that. Let's get some bacon. A huge pile of cheese. Okay, this guy is gonna be a hungry boy, huh? Wonder if they changed high metabolism. Yeah, back to very hungry. Holy crap. We technically can eat it like that, but we, you know, shouldn't. Craving fire? Well, we can fix that. We drop a string. Thread? Keep calling it string. Can we throw a fireball at that? Oh. We can! I didn't know that. We feel a surge of euphoria as we throw a fireball at it. Well, that's pretty cool. Huh. That works really well with our pyro character here. While we're at it, can we make any food that is low tier? We can make a meat sandwich. Can't see the craft. Well, thank you to everyone who supported me through the streams and videos. My awesome wife, my awesome moderator, along with my subscribers on Twitch. And a huge thank you to those who simply watch the videos and just lurk during the streams. I also want to thank my Patreon support. Thank you, Zayla Darkwater. If you liked the video, please follow the channel and share the video. Have a good day.